Happy birthday, hee-haw Hunty. Happy birthday, hee-haw Hunty. Happy birthday, hee-haw Huntress. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, babes. Love you.
Happy birthday to the most beautiful, brilliant, sweetest, groundbreaking, never been done before Gemini I've ever met. Super glad you exist. Super glad you were born. And I wish you all of the Bussy Pops for eternity. Have an amazing birthday. Love you.
Happy birthday, Baze. Thank you so much for being the brother that I never had and my best friend. And I love you so much. And I can't wait to see you. And I know you thought we didn't say anything for you for your birthday on the show, but we got you. So surprise, happy birthday. We love you so much, and have a good one, and can't wait to see you soon. Bye-bye.
You are listening to a Reverie original podcast. Please download the Reverie app to get the best in queer film, TV series, music, and podcasts. Stream out loud.
Hello and welcome to Podcast of Colour, where 4 trash bags of colour come together to make some sort of sense of the world. I'm Baze, and who are all of you?
Hello, my name is Katrina Kasprinsky, and
Not Kasprinsky.
Kasprinsky
Of
yes,
the
darling.
West Coast Kasprinskys.
No, from Edinburgh.
Oh, wow. And you
yes.
said it properly as well. Wow, okay.
Yes, we go to Yorkshire in the springtime.
Oh, not Yorkshire?
Yes, Yorkshire for the
Bitch.
wedding. Yes, I had just gotten back and I'm so parched.
You're parched.
I'm parched.
You're thirsty.
Oh my god, I'm famine.
It sounds like you need some cork.
I'm fatigued. So
Je suis fatigué.
Seed.
You're a dumb bitch. I hate you.
Estoy cansado.
Wow. Oh, girl, I need to start doing Duolingo again. It's been a couple days.
That means I'm tired.
Oh. Well, there you go. See,
Okay.
Duolingo done failed me. Sorry, John and Renee. Who are y'all?
Who are you this week?
I am John. I don't have an accent, but I am very entertained.
It's not.
Entertained.
I'm very
entertained.
My name is Renee, and I am like the child of Selena and Karl Marx, who's nothing like either of them.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
What an interesting baby.
Wow. Okay.
Fascinating.
Absolutely ravishing, darling.
Positively fascinating, darling.
Fascinating.
What a trendsetter.
Actually,
Who else is doing it? Who else is being born to such legends?
my sister, Miss Buffon. You might remember her from her earlier episodes. But she is
Barbara Buffon.
Barbara Dufon. And she could not attend the wedding.
Oh no.
No, but we do send our best regards. And she gave us a fantastic plate of charcuterie to take
Not
to the wedding.
charcuterie. Wow.
Yes, little cheese and trinkets and olives and all sorts of
What a
things.
pippity pop of a
Cheerio.
time.
Cheerio, top of the day to you.
Positively taken
Oh.
with emotion right now. Sorry, let's get into the question.
We're British for the wedding.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, yes. Quite on theme. Quite.
Quite on theme.
I hope our British listeners are really enjoying this.
Pip pip.
They're probably not.
Cheerio and all that sort of rot.
Did you say
All our
pip?
British listeners have just unsubscribed from our podcast. The question of color this week is, if you could look back at your life, which phase stands out, and would you do it again, or would you do it differently if you were to go back?
Can I go first?
Of course.
Yes.
Go for it.
Please do, Miss Buffon.
Thank you. I would absolutely go and do my weeaboo phase in middle school, again, in university.
That wasn't a phase, Rakeem.
Oh, uni, but you're still in that phase, Rakeem.
Ah,
Renee
still in
pointed
the
out.
face.
But I was going to say in that time period because
Because you're straightening your hair?
Oh, okay. Go on.
no, it's okay.
He's an elevated weeboo now.
Because here's the thing, because I used to have a rolling backpack and all of my
Yes, rolling backpack.
yeah, it was luggage actually. And all of my folders were organized by like different Inuyasha characters, and yeah,
Not the actual subjects in
not the
school.
subjects, just the characters. And so each character corresponded to a different subject.
Wow.
And then and I would wear my Naruto headband to school, and if I could do it differently, I would have gotten more than one Naruto headband. And I wish I had the lack of self-awareness to wear it out in public now. But if I did, I would get dragged to the high heavens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wouldn't change anything. I would just I'm nostalgic for that time period.
Oh.
Is all. Yes. Pip, your turn.
Oh, my turn.
See, yes.
See, I would redo my pretending to be straight phase.
Oh.
How did that go?
Positively problematic.
Yeah. I had like oh my God. So to like cover my tracks, I would have like fake girlfriends. You know? Did you guys ever
Shocking.
or beard? Did you guys ever have beards? No.
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 Oh.
Rakeem
Beard.
did. What are you lying about?
No, but I actually liked her at the time.
Oh, that's right.
She's bisexual. She's pansexual.
No.
I had
I do enjoy the D.
she was one of my neighbors actually growing up, and I asked her to be my like air quote girlfriend for like family events, but she actually had like a boyfriend IRL, and like one time I fucked up and I invited the both of them to a party.
Oh no.
And like she was holding my hand for a second, and then like she started holding the other guy's hand, and my family pulled me aside. They're like, "Hey, I think she's seeing him too." And I'm like, "Oh," and I had to pretend to be like upset about it and heartbroken, and then I had to like pretend break up with her. So yeah.
Wow.
I
So
wish.
then you had to get another beard.
Yeah. Then I had to get another beard. It was so annoying.
The drama.
Yeah.
If it's all.
I don't know. I would just like not have done any of that. You know what I mean? Too much work.
I'm sorry. Were you pissed
I was.
that she blew?
I did. I was a little mad at
that
her.
she blew your cover.
I was like, "Why are you holding his hand? You're supposed to hold my hand." And my
That's like
parents are
something that would
confused.
happen in a TV show. Like somebody who just not like is not remembering what they came for. Why you here? You had one job. Y'all couldn't have waited to hold hands after the event.
That sounds like Infinity War to me.
Yes, that was
You
very
can't wait 5
Star-Lord
minutes.
of her.
The Star-Lord jumped
The
out.
Star-Lord jumped out.
Renee, what's about you? I'm very curious to hear your answer.
Oh my
That
god!
Positively.
Wait, what'd you say?
Positively.
I was gonna say that I would redo my chasing white dick face.
Woo!
Oh, but we're out
she
of
hasn't
that?
had enough.
Oh, wait. Are we throwing from glass houses now?
I mean, bitch, y'all want to say my weeaboo phase, so I'm just saying.
Well, but I was gonna say,
That's the British version.
I threw it from my glass house to
Do it,
yours,
do
bitch,
it,
so we
face.
both broke it.
But I don't think I would be the person, the hate-filled person that I am today had I not gone through it. So I would not do any of it any differently.
Chase white dick, but love yourself.
What you're saying is you had to have the white cock to hate
Exactly.
Wow.
a word.
You know, it's the age-old question.
Excuse me.
He's gagging at the mere mention.
Ew.
Oh, there's lots of physical reactions to cock.
Ew.
White cock specifically.
What
I'm
about
sorry.
you,
So
Baze?
anyway, listeners, I actually don't really have a... Sorry, Renee, were you done?
Yeah.
I don't really feel like I ever had like a phase. Like, all the shit that I like now.
You don't have a phase base? No phase base?
Nothing like
No
embarrassing.
phase base. That's what they called me when I was a kid. No phase base. That was my nickname. Fastest pussy in the West. No phase
You've been...
base.
Wait, you really had like no embarrassing things to look back on?
I just always been perfect, so I don't really
Oh,
know.
okay,
if
true.
there's
Wow.
Wow.
That's
I mean,
that's
I don't know.
it.
I liked old movies. I still like old movies.
That's true.
I definitely pretended to be straight, but that was like not convincing anybody. But I never went that far. You know, the worst thing I ever did was really just ask this girl that I did not want to ask to prom, and then she turned me down. And then
God damn it.
I was so thankful. But you know what? I actually didn't end up getting to go to prom anyway because of my grades. So like, because I just barely like graduated because I didn't give a fuck.
Oh,
So
Same.
yeah.
same.
You know what I would always do is it wasn't that I was stupid, I just didn't care, so I would spend the first half of the semester not doing anything, and then I would spend the last part of the semester like rushing to make everything so that I could get through.
That's
A true academic.
Yes. So I don't know, like all the stuff I used to do like that, I think, I don't know.
You've
You've
always
always
100%.
She's 100%, 90% of the time.
100%.
Real.
Yeah, I never
Real.
chased white dick. I never had a white phase. I was never a weeboo.
Wow.
Okay, bitch. I'm writing all this shit down so when I see your ass next week,
Okay.
and
It's
and
this
hands
week,
start-
first of all. It's 4 days from now, bitch. Mark
that
that
not-
down.
Okay, bitch. I'm
Yes,
not scared.
we love
I'm,
math.
I'm waiting out the door. Come
we
on.
love math at Podcast of Color.
I'm waiting out the door.
Okay, boo. Be waiting. Because I'm going to get there.
Okay.
So,
All right, so
I'm going to be
speaking
waiting
of-
for you on the plane, bitch.
Okay, bitch. I'll see
You
you at
better be at
LAX.
the, you better be at the gate.
How about
ho.
that?
LAX.
How about...
Gay 52. Bitch, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, we were going long on this segment.
Yes.
And Miss Buffon was parched. So we
Yes.
were going to go into the minutes of color. And we will see you there.
we will be right back.
Bum, bum,
Bum,
bum,
bum,
bum.
ba bum, ba bum. Hello, and welcome back. We're here to talk about the things that are going on in the world.
And the Prince of Egypt.
And the Prince of Egypt, yes. And as I have dreamed about since I was a child. Oh, wait, maybe not invoking childhood. And dreamed about for many years now. Moses was a man. Ramses was a man. And together they were a train. Thank you.
Man plus man
Well,
equals train.
That was my question. What qualifies as a train? Because isn't that just a three-way?
I think it's a train.
Oh, that is so...
Let me enjoy my ride.
You,
Let's
you,
ride.
a threesome. Me, an intellectual. A train.
I hate that you just said that. Bitch, you better tweet that.
I feel like a train is more... It's like 3 or more people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
John was like...
Wait, 3 or more people together overall, or 3 or more people?
I feel like
Fucking you.
I feel like it's 4 or more, to be honest.
Oh,
Damn.
I mean,
Well, you know,
oh my
Renee's
God.
from the Bay, so you know their standards are much higher up there.
yeah. I was like, the Bay Area jumped out.
Like, and he's like, pardon,
Well, no, because-
pardon me. I say, 2 is not enough. You simply must have 4.
must
not a
not.
party,
You must
otherwise.
have fool.
Preposterous.
Preposterous. I've never heard of such a thing. My word.
Oh, what?
Okay, but what's happening in the real world?
What is
I
happening?
forgot we have to talk about
what
these
is
other
happening in
trends.
the? Well, let's start off with something nice. Let's talk about something nice, right? The royal wedding happened.
The wedding.
The royal wedding. Of course, I was in attendance. I was in the front row, and
Me as well.
It was
spotted bays down the hall from my seat there, and I was closer.
Were you
Royce.
closer, dear? I don't remember that. I don't recall that at all.
Because you were in the other hallway choking on deviled eggs.
Okay.
So
I recall the only person that even looked like you was an attendant that was helping people to their seats. I don't even recall seeing you as a guest.
Wow.
I thought you were in the employee of the church.
Did anyone actually watch it?
I did watch.
No, darling, I
watched
there.
clips.
No, I actually planned to watch it, and I got up on Saturday morning, and I was like, "Yay, I'm gonna watch it!" And then when I woke up Saturday, they're like, "See, Prince Harry and Meghan get married," and I was like, "Fuck, I already missed it." I forget they're on the time difference.
I felt like it was sort of anti-black of me, but I stayed up for William and Kate's wedding, but I didn't stay up for this one. You know what? Part of the reason I didn't is because I really wanted them to get married at at the church in London and then go to Buckingham Palace and do like the whole thing that every other royal couple has done. And I'm sure like they did it like because I don't know why they did it, but I just would have liked that more.
Wait, where did they get married?
They got married in Windsor at Windsor.
Oh, I heard it was black as fuck. Like I heard something.
Yeah, it was. But I guess what I mean is like that whole like wedding road. I guess getting married at that specific church. Having the kiss on the balcony of Buckingham Palace is like such an iconic thing. It's what Diana and Philip did. It's what Queen Elizabeth did. It's what Queen Elizabeth's mother did. It's what Prince William did. It's what all of their aunts and uncles did. So it was just like for me, I was just like that was what I was really looking forward to, like that whole big moment. And though it was still a very big moment, like, and I still enjoyed the stuff that I did see. It was like not, to me, it wasn't the same as the other ones because it was like a different place.
I did not know you were so well versed in high society.
Well, dear,
society.
I am of high breeding.
Oh,
wow!
Of royal birth.
Did you say breeding?
Birth, yes. And I've been bred by all the best royals.
Ah!
Wait, have you guys? Yeah. What do you guys think about that? I don't know if you guys have seen people saying that like watching the wedding is like supporting colonialism.
Girl, I don't care about none of that.
God!
I just want to know you guys' thoughts on
It's just like,
that.
damn, can we just have a good time? You know what? I mean, that's fair. That's fair. People can have their feelings. Nobody's stopping us from enjoying it. There are people that are like, they don't like it for whatever reason. And that's their prerogative. But what you're not going to do is rain on my parade. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to talk about the wedding. Did I think it was cute? Yes. Did I love the way that they were looking at each other? Yes. Did I love her dress? Not really. But the veil was cute. And so was the tiara. And I'm going to enjoy this. You're not going to rain on my parade. Sorry. Go ahead,
Can you say tiara again?
Huh? Tiara.
Can you say tiara?
I have a cousin named Tiara.
No, I just love how you say it. I just feel like stuff like that only gets brought up when it's black people doing something. Like how no one cared about Coachella, the guy who owned it, until Beyonce got booked. How no one was saying anything when all these other people did it. How no one says any of this thing until it was a black princess. Like, it's just like, you are very well correct, I guess. Or you could be correct and that's how you feel. But I just feel like it's so interesting that no one cares about this shit until a black person does it for the first time. And then all of a sudden it's a problem and we have to boycott this. Like, girl, bye. I ain't got time for that.
So what did we think? I mean, well, let's start there. What did we think of the dress? How did everybody feel about the dress?
I thought it was boring, but I think she looked great in it. I mean, it's like, to me, it looked like Fashion Nova and Vera Wang had a collaboration, and like that's what it was. Like, I don't know. It wasn't like stunning to me. I wanted like a Rihanna Met Gala gown. But I understand she wanted to be classic and
it is her second wedding as well. Like, she probably didn't want to show out too much.
Girl, to a prince, though, I don't give a fuck who the first person was.
That is true.
If my second wedding is to a prince,
royalty
you
runs
can
by
tell me
different
anything.
rules. Royalty does it a little differently,
Bitch, please. If I was getting married to a prince, you couldn't tell me shit. Like, it would be bigger than the Pride Parade, ho. You couldn't tell me anything. I wish a nigga would try to divorce me. I'm getting married to a prince.
Wait.
I ain't going nowhere, bitch. I'm here.
You know what I want to hear?
Train.
What did Renee think of the wedding?
I didn't really care, to be quite honest.
Oh.
Well, there it is.
I'm not surprised by that at all.
Why not? Do tell. Tell us,
I just
Renee.
don't.
She's trying to stop herself. Go ahead, sis. Let it out.
I did think it was cute to see her mom in the audience looking super happy and glowing. Like I did. I really was about that. But like everything else, I'm just like, I honestly don't really care, to be quite honest. Wow. And it's not even just like a super political thing. Like it's slightly that, but mostly I just don't care.
Wow.
Yeah, same.
The anti-capitalist jumped out.
Wait, John said the same thing.
What did he say?
John said same.
I just said the same.
You didn't care?
I don't know.
That seems like that would be right up your alley.
I mean, why are you making that face for Kim?
Because what isn't up your alley?
Wow. This wedding.
Oh.
He's like, and that's it.
And that's that.
And that's that on that.
On that. Wait, why?
I don't know. I did like seeing Posh Spice again and David Beckham. I know everyone else.
David
really
Beckham was so fine.
Oh, David.
A man.
A train.
I'm not gonna
A
lie.
one-man train.
Right? That is a train in of itself.
Choo choo, bitch.
He looks like he could penetrate you from penetrate every orifice at the same time.
I didn't realize Serena Williams' man was so cute. Is it
Let
just
me
me?
stop thirsting after white men before Renee
I
drags
don't
me
know,
again,
like,
but he's fine.
I thought he was
okay
cute.
to me.
It's fine. It's fine to work thirst after white men, as long as it's not only white men. That's it.
No, it's not only white
Okay.
men.
Okay.
You don't. He said,
Fascinating. Yes, Serena's looked amazing. Priyanka Chopra.
Yeah.
Chomp.
Killed it. Chomp. We call her Chomper today because she chomped on them bitches. She looked amazing.
Chomp, chomp,
Wow.
bitch.
Chomp. She looked amazing.
So did George Clooney's wife. She looked, Amal Clooney, that's her name?
Oh, yeah.
She looked
did,
gorgeous.
in that yellow look.
She looked
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I just need like a period drama with Priyanka Chopra.
Oh.
Because her in that hat, she just looks so statuesque. Just the angles of that
statuesque.
gown were just like, ooh, I mean, not a gown, but I guess it's
It was like
dress,
that
really,
thing. I was surprised her titty didn't pop out the way that was kind of put, but I was shook. It was amazing. It reminded me of like what a black aunt would wear on Easter Sunday, like when she's trying to like get a deacon, like when she really wants, Deacon Theodore to notice her. That's like what she
want
wears.
that deacon dick.
Deacon Theodore.
Deacon
She's trying to get
dick.
that Deacon.
Alvin and Simon.
Ew.
Yeah, so I mean, I was really underwhelmed by the dress. I thought it was, I definitely was like, not like obviously like you shouldn't compare, but I was definitely like looking for something that was going to be better than what Kate wore to her wedding, and Kate's dress I think was way better. But I just thought that like she just looked beautiful. She was glowing, and I just loved the way that they looked at each other. I thought it was really cute. And it just, I don't know, I didn't watch it, but the clips that I saw and like the gifs and stuff. Oh my god, can we talk about how black it was though?
So I only saw clips.
Yeah,
but their preacher looked tired, winded, sweaty, and I was
he
like,
gave
black
them
church.
America. He was like, wow.
Black preacher. They all talk the same way. They do exactly. They go, well, the Lord had told me to put favor on your life.
Oh my god.
And I mean, he had all the white people in the church shook. You saw their faces. I don't know if y'all saw their faces, but like his cousin Zara Phillips, I think her name is. Like literally, her face is a meme now because she was just so shook by his words. They were talking. The nigga brought up slavery. Like those white people were not ready. They had not. They didn't. They don't have to hear about that if they don't want to. So they were not ready. And but you know who was receiving the good word?
Megan and her mama.
David Beckham. Because he knows what's up. A man.
A man.
You hear them calling him
A
light
train.
skin on Twitter?
Oh, speaking of train, did you like the train?
They're calling him light skin right now.
I could not.
I was like, you know what? I'll allow it.
It's fine. You know, the fact that you just called the preacher a nigga is so funny to me.
He wore a do-rag to meet Prince Philip, David Beckham.
What?
Back in the day.
Wait, David
back in like
Beckham
the early
did?
2000s, yeah. And he was wearing cornrows when he went and met Nelson Mandela. And I was like, you know what? That's the only white man in the world that I'm like just fine with doing that.
That's okay. David Beckham could call me nigga during sex. It's fine. I don't,
Like trade? You
Whatever.
know he would do it like trade too. Oh, nigga. Yeah, nigga.
yeah, I'd be like,
With, like,
okay.
a British accent. I
He
feel
has like a really mousy voice.
Huh?
Oh, he
He has
does,
a really, like,
but I feel like
he
it
has
gets...
a really mousy voice.
Mouse.
That's okay.
That's fine,
I don't
bitch.
care. Shit.
We don't femme shame here, bitch. The fuck? I don't give a
Yes.
fuck.
No, I'm just saying Baze's impression, like he
can't-
deepened his voice.
Okay, but you know what? Will his voice hit my prostate? Okay, then. Moving right
Well-
along.
Oh my! He said, "Will his voice hit my prostate?"
So we're
I
not
couldn't-
talking about none of that. That's okay. Okay, he could talk like this. He be like, "Hey, nigga." That's okay too. Just as long as
Oh my
I'm
God.
getting the goods. So anyway, yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny because a lot of the same people that were like, Megan doesn't even count as black, she's not black, were now like on Twitter like, oh my God, this is the blackest shit ever. Oh my God, these black people such shit. Blah 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 blah. And that's why, kids, you shouldn't police people's blackness.
Isn't it always funny?
Dang.
Isn't it always funny how the people that people on the internet make fun of that they're not black enough always are the ones that show out about when it comes to blackness and
Exactly.
then stay unproblematic in a way,
Exactly.
and then the people that always
Are
expand,
pro-black.
like, for example,
Kanye.
when they're like. Yes, when they're like, oh my God, Erykah Badu and Jill Scott and all these other people. No shade to Jill Scott, but like, you know, when people are like, oh, these
Didn't she
people
defend
are-
Cosby? Shade her. You could shade her.
Well, whatever. Her and like Lauryn Hill and like Erykah Badu, and they're like, oh, well, they're like black goddesses and Nubian queens, but it's Beyonce up here doing black as fuck Coachella and shit. When y'all call her white all the fucking time, just be aware of that. And it's Meghan Markle out here having a black ass ceremony when y'all shitted on her. So
With her white man. See, and then that's the difference between like black women and like black men when they get on and they marry a Caucasian. Black women still be honoring their culture. That's why Megan still has some goddamn sense because her mom is black.
Serena Williams too, Crip Walk too, in front of the royal family.
And her daughter's gonna be A-okay. It's the niggas that be instilling weird shit, marrying white women, and then hating on black people, hating on black culture, hating on black. That's a whole rant for another day. Let me not even get into that. Moving right along.
Renee and John were like, okay,
No,
like.
I just,
What?
Sorry, go ahead. But they were no. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
So,
Ignore me.
So it's been talked about a lot that Lando Calrissian is apparently pansexual. So if y'all don't know, Lando is a character in the Star Wars universe. So according to the Entertainment Weekly, when asked about by the Huffington Post about whether Lando was pansexual, Jonathan Kasdan, who is a co-screenwriter of the Solo movie, Solo: A Star Wars Story, he said, "I would say yes, there's a fluidity to Donald and Billy D's portrayal of Lando's sexuality. I mean, I would have loved to have gotten a more explicitly LGBT character in this movie. I think it's time, certainly, for that, and I love the fluidity, sort of the spectrum of sexuality that Donald appeals to, and that droids are part of. He doesn't make any hard and fast rules. I think it's fun. I don't know where it'll go." So, here's my little old opinion on this.
J.K. Rowling wrote that statement.
Yes, when y'all are ready
pandering.
to show us some queer people, then we will be grateful. Talking about it, don't do shit. So, as y'all saw with J.K. Rowling, you can get dragged too. We don't need to hear about how people are queer off screen. And then he gonna throw in how he's attracted to droids too. Like, bitch, who the fuck is that for? Is that for the
Is
that
this
for the
dirty computer
incels?
bitch? What the
Is that
fuck?
for the incels that are buying sex dolls? Like, who is this for?
Janelle Monáe?
Are there any LGBT like futuristic characters?
I
And
don't. Not explicitly. I don't think so. I'm not
In
a
my
huge Star
mind,
Wars nerd.
in my mind, Yoda's gay.
I mean, in my mind, Finn and
Yoda.
Poe are together, but
Oh, there were the two Asian characters that were in Rogue One, but they didn't actually have any like you. It could have very well looked like if they didn't tell us that they were gay before the movie, it would have looked like they were just really close friends.
and I'm tired of that. I'm really tired of like, oh, actually, these people are gay. When like
Right.
I shouldn't, you shouldn't have to tell me that. I should be able to see it when I watch the movie or when I'm reading the book.
Right.
And I'm just like, honestly, like I feel like people are trying to get like diversity points. And I said this on Twitter, but now y'all get negative points. Now I'm taking points away if y'all do this shit because it doesn't count. Like it really doesn't mean anything. And all that does is make us feel more marginalized because instead of feeling like we're worthy of being seen, you're still making us feel hidden. Like I would honestly rather Lando just be straight. If he's not gonna be explicitly queer on the movie in the movies, then I'd rather he just be straight.
Yeah.
I want to see a train run on him by droids. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
Droids? Okay, well listen, that
I've
was
been
from
watching-
Rakeem.
C-3PO, BB-8, and R2-D2 went on train on.
Because BB-8 stands for a lot. If you really
Stop
think about it.
Oh, I did see a grind up profile that said that. Yeah,
Yeah. Instead of BBC, it's BB-8.
BB.
Wow.
We just cut out the C and just let you know the length. Big
Fine.
Black 8.
Find God, find him, seek him out, pray.
Talk about a dirty computer.
Wow.
I remember y'all. Are y'all big like Star Wars fans or?
I watch it, but I'm not like I wouldn't say like I know like trivia or anything.
My older siblings basically made me get into it just because they were big fans. But I remember even as like a kid, I want to say I was like, how old was I? I was like 10 or something. Watching The Empire Strikes Back, and then spoiler alert for The Empire Strikes Back if you haven't seen it in the last 30 years.
It's like 40,
Didn't that come out like a
40
year ago?
years. Huh?
Base.
What?
Girl.
Oh, sorry, that's the one from the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Renee,
Whatever.
he said, did that come out last year?
I thought that was the one that just
Oh.
came out. See, I'm not a fan.
I
Sorry,
mean-
go ahead.
Yikes.
But basically, Lando turns out to be a villain or like a backstabber in that movie, and I just remember thinking, like, even as a kid, being like, "What the fuck?" Like the one person of color in the future, and then he's like villainized. So yeah, I already don't have like the greatest association with Lando in general. So yeah.
Yes.
Do better.
Yes, please do. Please just do better. And yeah, and it's shutting up is free. It don't cost you nothing to shut the fuck up and not say anything about it. You could have just said no. Next question. You could have said,
yeah.
hopefully one day maybe we could do that.
Yeah.
As of right now, it's not happening.
I mean, everyone's trying to, I think, jump on like this bandwagon of like being like progressive or having like these like very diverse characters, but it's like it's not. You're not doing anything about it, so it's just like.
Well, everybody wants to be considered progressive without doing any of the work.
Right.
So that's what frustrates me. It's like you can't, like you want this title so bad, but you're not willing to do anything to earn it.
Right. Yeah.
And I bet you this man calls himself an ally.
Yeah. Or like in Beauty, I think it was Beauty and the Beast, right? Where like one of the villains dances with another, one of the male villains dances with another male for like 2 seconds, and like everyone
clock,
made like a big uproar about it, like, wow, gay representation in you know a mainstream Walt Disney film, but it was just like it was literally like 2 seconds, and it was a villain.
And I can just say, as a gay, like I watched that movie, and I didn't care. It didn't make a lick of difference to me.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that an actual like developed gay character wouldn't have mattered, but just throwing like it's just like nobody like who are you doing this for? It's not queer people,
Right. Yeah.
Good question.
So I don't know if you guys saw. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. Someone leaked some videos and some pictures of Tierra Marie in some sexual situations, and she is now retained Lisa Bloom as her lawyer, and she's filing a lawsuit against her ex-boyfriend Akbar Abdul Ahad and 50 Cent.
Why 50 Cent?
So 50 Cent grabbed a screenshot of one of the videos and posted it
on Instagram, and then got it taken down, and he posted it again.
What?
Why would he? What did the caption say? Why would he do that?
Let me see. I mean, it was taken down, so I would have to find it.
Yeah, what a fucking idiot.
But I mean, 50 Cent is perpetually a child, and like honestly, 50 Cent, how about taking care of your children? Like, let's do that.
Oh.
Be a good father challenge. Do that instead of sharing random women's. Instead of sharing random women's personal private videos, like. Go to you didn't even go, like your son is like perpetually calling you out on the internet for being absentee. You didn't even go to his high school graduation. So take care of your children. Worry about that. Worry about being a good father. Okay. Instead of making kids, worry about being there for the kids. You know, that's part of it. You don't just fuck a woman and then leave. You take care of the children. So focus on that.
Did he have like a relationship to Marie, or like why is he concerned with that?
He's just an instigator, and he's always in some mess. Like 50 Cent is always in some mess. He's always just starting shit. So, you know, just choke.
And
but take
also,
care of your kids first.
Okay, so I just found on XXL the quote. So he had said, I guess 50 Cent had posted it, and he had said, quote, "Damn, baby, this reality TV shit going too far. What you doing this for?" Unquote. What an asswipe. Like, it's just...
And it's like, what do you mean, what's she doing it for? She was with her man.
And also, like, he posted that of her, like, on her Instagram. She didn't post that herself.
Yeah,
like,
so
she's going too far.
Apparently, he had the password to her Instagram. And he posted the video and the pictures on her Instagram.
Holy shit.
That's garbage.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a...
It's revenge porn.
Huh? Oh, she takes all of the money that he
has. You can get fined for that or something, right?
Yeah.
You can go to jail for that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think they need to make it illegal for everyone. Like, everyone on Twitter who is sharing it, everybody who knowingly shares revenge porn, I think should be prosecuted. At least get a fine.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrible because you can ruin someone's career like that.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like we've all been in, like, not all of us, but like a good chunk of people who are having sex have been in that situation before. So it's like not even like unusual. Like I mean, not that would matter anyway, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Like something so normal and something that she shared with her partner is being like used as like a way to like shame her. And it's like crazy.
And no one...
Sorry,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No one ever wants to talk about either how, like, because I saw people calling, saying like, well, why would you do that in the first place? You need to respect yourself and blah, 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 blah. First of all, bitch, no one ever says that about the man, ever. Like, no one ever calls the man a slut or a hoe for doing that. Like there was this video with Amber Rose where she was on the couch with some guy talking, and he told her, well, yeah, having sex with multiple men makes you a slut. And she was like, well, if you have sex with multiple women, what does that make you? And he said a slut maker. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, so that's one problem.
Man, they're trash.
And then the second problem is, how about, like, instead of demonizing the women, how about just don't leak people's shit? How about that?
Yeah.
How about don't leak people's news challenge? How about that? How about the get a job challenge and stop leaking people's news?
Mind your business challenge.
Mind your business
There's so many
challenge.
challenges here. Being a good person challenge, you know what I mean? Considering other people's feelings and like reputations challenge. There's
reputation.
So many challenges here.
Big
reputation.
Big.
Speaking of, did anyone watch the tour?
Of what?
Oh, never mind.
The Reputation tour?
You can watch it?
It's on you. It was on
Bae's got to get some bitch where?
People were posting like videos.
Oh no,
stuff.
I don't want to see her perform live. I don't think she's a good performer.
I have no interest in seeing her live. Why? What was it like?
Oh, I guess there was like a big snake.
Girl, you don't have to act coy. How was it?
Her doing that? Like, girl, we get it. You're a snake. Okay.
How are you gonna call? But it's also like, how are you gonna sit there? Like we said, you can't be like the snake and then play victim at the same time. Didn't she say that Kim Kardashian was like bullying her or something?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Like at a concert like a week ago or something like that. She's like,
girl.
She's like, everyone was calling, like, some bully called me a snake and it caught on and it made me feel really bad about myself. But if you, like, ignore bullies, you can, like, really succeed.
I love how she always tries to put, like, some shady shit in an inspirational quote.
Right?
Like,
Not-
you're
Like,
bullying.
fuck that bitch, but also, if you fuck that bitch too.
Not
You
only
can be
that, but just
happy.
never like taking like
Responsibility.
or holding yourself accountable for shit that you do, and it's just like it's not like no one buys it anymore.
Accountability.
Exactly. No one buys it.
Yes. Let's see what next. Okay. Just quick mention of Santa Fe. 10 students were shot. Actually, 8 students were shot. 2 teachers were shot. I think more than that were shot, but 8 students died and 2 teachers died.
Damn.
And Republicans were like, you know what? Prayers and thoughts are just not dumb enough. So we're gonna go dumber. And they're now talking about banning trench coats. They're now talking about banning
What?
doors. Yes, too many exits.
Wait,
That's the issue.
Did you say banning doors?
Too many exits? That's what where did that guy? Who was that guy? I don't know. I've like really been trying not to pay attention to it, but a couple of Republican politicians have just come forward with like just about every solution except for like the one that would actually be of use. So yeah, fuck yeah.
And did you guys see that like some journals were trying to justify him by saying he was bullied by a girl who rejected him?
Yeah.
Right.
First of all, he stalked her. So, and based on one thing you were saying too, that was interesting was kind of how they were talking about banning everything. I've seen a lot of pundits talk about, like, oh, well, why is it a problem with men? And they always seem to forget this one word, and that's white. Like, it's because they're always talking about mental illness or violence. Well, this is okay. So let's try to make some sense out of nonsense, right? Because if they say that it's violence and that it's men and all of this stuff, conservative people are also the ones that always talk about how violent Chicago is and how violent black people are and how violent all this other shit is, and then yet we're not the ones shooting up schools. So what's the truth here?
Somebody said on Twitter, the hoodest of hood niggas ain't shot up a school yet.
And they haven't and won't. So it's like, what's in whiteness that's making y'all shoot up schools? Also, the arrogance of America. Like, I saw this thing that had said, actually, I screenshot it just for the show. Let me pull it up. I can have it in 3 seconds. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so it says there have been at least 288 school shootings in the U.S. since January 1st, 2009. 57 times more than the other 6 G7 countries combined. So America always wants to talk about how it's the greatest country and it's this, and this, and it's so great. And the arrogance to just not humble yourself and take the examples of every fucking other country. Like, this doesn't happen anywhere else. Japan should definitely be the model that you look at. And it's just like the fact that these people are like, Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is full of shit. When it was made, it was talking about fucking muskets that I couldn't hit John with if we were sitting right here. I mean, I'm not going to shoot you, sis, but... but you know, it's just like at what point white people literally care about their guns more than they do fucking children. That says a lot. They do, because otherwise change would have happened by now.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
I just wonder if the right kids aren't being shot by the right perpetrator.
That's horrible to think, but I've thought it too. Like, I mean, I've been like, let it be a school full of a congressman's kids. Watch what happens.
And let the shooter be a black kid.
Whew,
I think you'll see a lot of difference in the way that
I
people are
bet
reacting to it.
Let it be more than one. Maybe let it be 3 or 4 black people shoot up a school. I bet you gun reform will be happening really quick.
Yeah, I mean, you see the way that we've talked about addiction and the way that that's changed since from the crack epidemic to now, where like white people in the Midwest are like addicted to heroin at alarming rates. The conversation has definitely changed, and we're definitely not talking about it anymore. We're not. It doesn't. The conversation around it is not as like dismissive as it was, I think, during the crack epidemic.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, yeah. So one more bad thing, and then we can go into a good thing. Or I guess it's a good thing. It's like a good and a bad thing. So I know, Renee, you really want to talk about this. A racist lawyer
Yeah.
went off in Manhattan.
Yeah.
He went off at a restaurant on some employees for speaking Espanol.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Well, for me, it's just interesting that, like, and this has come up a lot. It's interesting that we have this idea of, like, a racist being, like, a poor white Southerner or someone who's quote unquote uneducated or doesn't have any academic background or whatever. But like the two biggest examples of racism in the last week, 3 actually, if we're counting Yale, were people that are like highly educated, have very padded resumes, have the fucking resources to educate themselves if they really wanted to, but just chose not to. So yeah, like, he's a lawyer. The woman that called the police on the folks in Oakland barbecuing has a doctorate, I believe. And then
didn't she work at Stanford?
It works at Stanford, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I was at the cookout yesterday and it was fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I heard there was another one.
It was no. It was like, because this one they'd made on the weekend and it was fucking packed and it was gorgeous and it was just like positive vibes all around. But
that Renee going to cookouts.
And
he invited himself to the cookout.
Yeah. He walked in and said, I'm the nigga now.
Stupid. No, I mean, I thought the thing is, like, I mean, this is a whole other thing too, but it's just like, it's also infuriating to see people like she obviously isn't from around here. And like people just moving into a city and being like, I have a problem with this, and so because I'm like intruding in this space and I'm basically like gentrifying the space and I want it to go the way that I want it to go, like, let me, like, you know, make a big fuss and call the police and like you go on this power trip to kind of make everything go my way. And it's just like, you're not even from here. Like, if you're gonna fucking push people of color out of an area, like, at least fucking sit there and, like, you know, mind your business. But like, what they want to do is also police everybody. But yeah, and it's just like, coming to this fucking school, and seeing the type of students that I have around me and the type of shit that they say and the type of shit that even some of the professors say or do, it's just like, I really don't give a fuck about people's resumes and how padded they are, or like what school you went to, or like how many like degrees you have. It means absolutely shit if you're still a shit person. Like, it means nothing.
That's true.
So yeah, it's just like he obviously was super cocky. He obviously thought like, oh, well, like, I'm this big bad lawyer and I'm like the shit, and like I'm so successful, so I can talk to you however I want to, and then also shame you about your body, which I don't know if y'all saw that.
I didn't watch it. I couldn't watch the video.
Yeah, but he also
what happened?
Yeah, he also told the person like that was speaking Spanish, I would cut back on the burritos. Look at your body.
What?
Yeah. So like, yeah, it's just like, it's don't for a second think that because people are educated or have a pattern resume or whatever, that they're not going to be a shit person. And like, stop thinking of racism as just a thing that like is only a part of like poor white folks. It's like, it's very much like people that are highly educated, quote unquote, as well. So
it's even scarier too when you think about it.
It is, because they have their positions of fucking power.
Yeah.
And like this one, the person at Yale was like writing some shit about the prison industrial complex, and then goes and calls the cops on a black woman like sleeping in a common area while she's fucking studying during fucking finals, like, and
called it on another black man before her.
Apparently like it's a serial thing for a lot of these people. Like both of these people that call the cops like have been doing it for several people. This dude that went off on the Spanish speaking people has been in several other videos. It's just like, these people think that they're, because of their positions, that they have the power to get away with the shit. And like that, it needs to stop.
I just kind of go through life at this point assuming all white people are racist, and it just makes life so much easier to navigate, like, because it's just like, okay, just assume that everyone is, and then when they prove to you that they're like okay, then you can maybe I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. I was gonna say let your guard down, but not really.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I don't know. If you
Let your panties down.
What was that?
Huh?
Let your panties down.
Okay, so I love Janet Jackson's performance. I
do want to say though that my favorite thing about this whole thing was the response to it, which was a bunch of Latinx folks throwing a party outside of his house, outside of his apartment.
Yeah. And and it's still frequently sending like mariachis to perform like at his apartment. So,
oh my god!
Did you see him running from the paparazzi?
From the paparazzi,
that was hilarious.
Yeah,
hilarious.
It's just like they're big and bad until like a whole group of us are around and they're like, "Oh shit, wait, hold on." Yeah, that's right. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly, bitch. So moving right along. Let's talk Billboard Awards. I mean, Janet Jackson ate. She gave it to us, the way she always does.
I wish it was longer.
Yeah, I mean, it was already 10 minutes, but yes, I agree.
Was it really only 10 minutes? I feel like the performance was only like 5. It was very...
That's because it was so good.
Yeah, I will say this. No, it was very good. My only criticism was I wish there were less dancers on stage. But, like, to me, it was like there were so many people that I wasn't focusing on her. Like, I don't know.
That's like classic Janet. Like, if you
I know
like a lot of her older performances, she has a shit ton of dancers on stage.
I know. I just wish it was less niggas on the stage so I could see Janet. That's all.
I just wish that white boy with the dreads hadn't been on there. Or maybe he was just very light skinned and I couldn't see. I don't know. But he looked white.
I didn't see that. But
he was like right next to her. It was like 2 white guys dancing on either side of her and he had dreads.
I loved her breaking records and barriers as the first ASM artist to perform on a live television show.
ASM artist.
It was amazing. I was like the first black woman, the first black ASM artist, the first woman just breaking records. We stand a queen. So,
and just when you think about the fact that like without Janet there wouldn't be a Beyonce.
Oh, absolutely. Janet birthed all these girls. So
that was like she was the first. And I really wish that Janet got the love that Madonna gets because I frequently hear like people would be like, oh, like people are really shook when I tell them I don't like Madonna. I don't like her because she's racist, and I also just think her music is boring. But like aside from that, like honestly, like I think Taylor Swift is racist, but I like some of her songs. She has some bops, but I don't even like any of Madonna's music at all. Like I try to listen to a lot of it. And
you don't like anything from Confessions on a Dance Floor?
Maybe I have to like sit there and listen to a whole record, but I haven't been able to bring myself to do so.
Confessions of a Dance Floor slaps, girl. I'm not gonna lie. It goes off. It goes
all
off.
of it's amazing.
I will say,
maybe I'll check it out.
I will say that Ray of Light is like an iconic album, but it was also her trying to imitate Bjork. But that's all I need to say.
Well, maybe I need to listen to more. I've only really heard her like hits. So
but her personality makes it very hard for anybody that's not into her music to try to get into it. I will say that.
Yeah.
I loathe hydrangeas.
So I just wish she got like the due that like I wish that Janet got the due that Madonna gets because I feel like I feel like Madonna's like very very smart and she was able to recreate herself like every new era and every so many years and she was able to have like longevity. And so like that's amazing and everything, but like I think that Janet was far more like of a revolutionary artist, and I think that she does like I just don't think she gets her due, and I wish people were as shocked about you know what I mean, like about you not liking Janet Jackson as they are about you not liking Madonna, but whatever.
And every one of her albums has like really good. At least like half of the album is like amazing, like everyone.
Janet,
whereas I would say so. Whereas like Madonna, like albums are hit, especially the latest ones. I'm just like, So
I feel like Madonna skated by a lot on just being a pretty white woman.
Yeah,
oh, absolutely.
and just being like the quote unquote queen of the gays. I think like at this point she can drop whatever, and like just because she's Madonna, like it's gonna sell.
Yeah.
So
if you want to talk about hits that stick like grits, I think I'm gonna give it to Miss Janet.
Yep. And the Velvet Rope. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because that woman is so much. She's so talented, and the fact that like, and you know what's funny too. I mean, not to compare her to Madonna again, but Madonna can't sing either.
So that was even more funny to me. But like Janet, you know, let me not say either. Janet can sing. She just has a very light voice. She has a very light voice.
She likes to talk about love and sex in her music.
Yes,
That's the way love goes.
But she's an amazing performer.
Oh my God.
And, yeah, she showed it to us. But go ahead.
Speaking of it,
Rakeem.
I was just going to say cause John is tapping me because I think we're at 45 minutes for this. But speaking of amazing performers, I just wanted to also shout out Miss Normani because she came to do what she had to do. She hit that stage and did that little twirl up into her ass in the air. And then
I was like, that looks familiar.
I said, what? I said, how am I wigging on the other side of the room? I said, shit. I had to run
The
and grab
fact that
it.
she gave us vocals and choreography at the same time, like she's been watching Beyonce.
She
knows what's
absolutely had the best pre-recorded track of the night, hands down.
But she was definitely singing live too. She had live vocals.
Oh no, absolutely, it was great. I think that Janet birthed Beyonce, who's now going to birth Normani.
Yes,
Tinashe. So I am so.
Bless you. Are you feeling sick?
Do you
Take some emergency.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's all I had.
Take some emergent tea.
Emergency.
Because you need the truth, sis, and that's not it.
Why do you guys hate Tinashe so much?
I don't hate Tinashe. I don't hate Tinashe at all. I don't have any problems with Tinashe. I just think that Rakeem gives this girl a lot more than he needs to be giving her. You talking about Beyonce birthed Tinashe? When Normani exists? And you just saw the performance that she gave us?
Can two black women not exist in the same space? Did
I
she
didn't
not
say
give birth
two black
to
women
twins?
couldn't exist in the same space. But we need to talk about talent. We need to talk about star status. We need to talk about having that it factor, okay? And I think Normani has it. I don't think your girl does. I forgot her name.
Your girl.
Wow. Well, if you want to stack vocals against each other,
Tinashe, there we go.
Tinashe sings circles around Normani.
Does she? Wow, the colorism jumped out.
The what?
The colorism jumped out.
Color. Girl.
So that concludes.
No. Wait, sorry. Real quick. I just want to say that Marvel, we are considering unstanding because apparently Jake Paul, that YouTuber, is going to be in Spider-Man, the sequel to Spider-Man, as someone named Harry Osborn.
You don't know who Harry
You
Osborn
know who
is?
Harry Osborn is?
Harry Osborn. Girl, obviously not. Who is he?
He was in Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. That came out last
right?
I would believe it. I would believe it. If you told me that, I would believe it. Oh, James Franco played him. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know who he
There
is.
you go. Come on, Google.
Yes. Yeah, but it's gonna be a much smaller role, but I think it should be so small that he's not in it. That's what I think.
I mean, to be fair, he does look like a goblin.
Huh? He does.
To be fair, he looks like a goblin.
He
so.
does, but he doesn't need to be getting that Marvel money. He does not need to be a part of the MCU. It just doesn't need to happen. So, yes, with that being said, we can move forward.
Okay.
Forward.
Forward. Look at John knowing where that came from.
What? I don't know.
Ha. This is the Dixcast. Today we are going to talk about.
I don't know. I don't even feel like doing an accent anymore. I'm like, I'm at a point with this wine that I just want to relax and talk in my normal voice. So that's what I'm going to do moving forward. Unless I just
The old bass can't come to the phone right now.
Why? Because she's dead. Anyway.
Oh.
But yeah, so some of you, our longtime listeners, might remember that we had an episode titled Infidelity. But the sound quality was not great on that. So a lot of people actually didn't listen to it, and yeah, I mean, and also I feel like our opinions maybe have changed. Mine's have not, actually. Mine's are pretty much the same. But we thought we might just rehash that. So yeah, we're gonna talk about infidelity.
Oh, that was episode 6. Oh my god, that was a nightmare.
Yeah, that episode was a mess. So
Jesus. Okay.
So
Oh, it's like
oh
50
wait, the
episodes.
accent just jumped back out. Okay, so yeah, let's talk. Let's talk about cheating. How we feel about cheating. If we feel like talking about if we've cheated, you can definitely share that. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And yeah, take it away.
Who wants to go? Should I go first again? I guess since that's
Yes.
Okay. So. Oh yikes. Ooh. So I've never cheated on anyone. But excuse me.
Oh, nothing.
I haven't cheated on
I know
anyone.
you haven't. I was just.
What the fuck? Don't do that.
No, that wasn't. That wasn't directed at you. Sorry.
Oh.
Was it
It's
directed
horrible
at yourself?
timing then.
It was directed at myself.
Oh.
I was like, must be nice.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, I've never
It
cheated
is.
on anyone. And in that last episode, I was kind of talking about how I was in a situation at the time where my idea of like cheating was kind of shook, and I didn't really know, or I was kind of debating like what constituted that to me and that kind of thing. And I'm kind of at a point right now where I kind of feel like, also this is Renee's impact, where I kind of feel like monogamy is a scam. I do kind of think monogamy is a scam because it's funny because I look at a lot of stuff in media and I kind of look at a lot, like I'm more than capable of being in a monogamous relationship, I guess. And sometimes like if I really, really like a person, then I kind of tend to be like that maybe. But I'm kind of at a point right now where I feel like I watch a lot of media and TV and it's like, oh, well, this person cheated and they did this and I'm just like, I wouldn't be mad about, like, okay, like, they just had sex, like, and then I have to catch myself and realize that, like, in the terms of their relationship, that's, like, what it is. But, like, to me, if I was dating someone and if I was, like, dating someone, not in a relationship or whatever, and or even in a relationship, and they called me and they were like, oh, I got drunk and I had sex with someone, I feel like my first response would be at this point, like, well, was it good? Not that I was pissed.
What?
To me, like, I don't really
Like, send me the link.
Yeah, like I just kind of feel like I'm at a point. I mean, this is so complicated, but I feel like sex to me is interesting in that, like, it's great for what it is, but I kind of value in terms of like cheating, like more emotional type things more than sexual type things. Like,
Okay, so what do you feel about emotional infidelity?
see, that's what I'm trying to figure out. At the other episode, I didn't even know what the fuck that meant. And now I'm trying to figure out what that means to me, too. Because I don't think I could be in, like, I don't know if I could be in a poly thing, but I think I could definitely be in an open situation. Because, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. But I think what would piss me off is, like, if you were like dating someone behind my back or something like that or whatever, or like if we are in a relationship, no matter what the commitment is, and you are in a situation where you're doing something that we said that is not okay, would piss me off. But the act of like sex itself is kind of like whatever to me. I think it's more like if you're out buying another bitch some shit, like, and I'm doing stuff for you or whatever, like I've dated people where I've paid for their stuff before and I've done all this, and then you decide to go out and like do and like, I don't know, do all this like grand gestures for other people or whatever, or you decide to make me not feel special anymore, but then you're doing it for everyone else, that would kind of piss me off. Or if you disrespect me, and my number one thing right now is disrespecting me in my time. Like, my time is very precious and very valuable, and I don't like when people waste it and disrespect it. So, like, that kind of stuff really pisses me off. But it's also because of that I get that, like, if I date someone, depending on our schedules, we probably won't see each other for a while. So, like, if you want to go have sex, like, I understand that that's a thing that people want to do.
Wow.
So it's not anything like crazy to me. Like, definitely be sure that we're getting tested and like talking about it for sure.
Yeah.
But like, I understand that I'm busy and like you're probably gonna want to sleep around and like, or probably have sex, and like I'm cool with that, just as long as we communicate it. But in terms of it being like I'm the only person you can have sex with ever, I think that's kind of selfish. Like I would like there's so much out there, and like I can like I'm not a sex god, so it's like not bad, but I'm not a sex god, so I don't do everything. Like you know,
have y'all seen these like bachelorette parties where like people are putting up signs that say "same penis forever"?
Yeah.
Yikes.
That gives me so much anxiety.
Bitch,
like
me
I would
too.
be like, absolutely not. Absolutely. Okay, I'm over this. Like we're getting divorced right now. Pre-divorce.
And I feel like they know it's bad too. Like they sound like they know that monogamy is a scam, but they're like
Trying to convince themselves.
Yeah, I was like, haha, this is good, right? Let's do it. Like
yeah, it's just like I don't. And then when you ask people like why being in an open thing is bad, they can't tell you. It's just society conditions you to think that monogamy is like the thing to do, and I don't know. I'm just kind of over it. No, for real, I am really kind of over it, and I've been in situations like I've been in a situation lately where it was very like a monogamous thing, and I remember being like, "Oh my god, forever!" like, and then I've also been in things recently where it has been like very open in terms of like we see each other, but then we also tell each other when we go on dates and stuff like that. Aww, and that's like with other people, and that actually make me feel so good, and so like it makes me trust the person more. It makes me feel like I can communicate better to you. It makes me feel like I don't know. I feel
you're being
like
open with each other.
Yeah, you just feel like less pressure on you. And I feel like the less rules you put on each other like that society tells you have to put on, then like the better it feels for me. And when I'm able to communicate with someone, that's when like I really start to, I've learned that about myself in the last like 6 months, is that the more I can communicate with someone openly, the more the better I'm going to get along with you, and like the better our relationship will be, no matter like what that is.
Right.
So yeah.
Shall I go?
Yeah.
See.
Yes.
Okay. So I think I will be just pretty much reiterating the points that I made last time, just because I pretty much still feel the same.
Say pretty much one more time.
Pretty much. So, pretty much Rakeem. No, I'm just joking. So yeah, Rakeem, I actually really agreed with what you were saying with communication, because I just feel like there's enough, especially if we're talking like gays specifically, I feel like there's enough gays out here that are like open to open relationships. Like I just know very few gay men that are in relationships that are like completely like off limits. Like that is just the two of them for the rest of their lives, you know? So I guess I just feel like cheating to me. And again, John made some points last time, which was that, you know, you don't know where people are in their relationship. And so that obviously will affect it as well. But I guess I just feel like there are sometimes situations where one person feels like the relationship is going well, and then the other person is like over here like stepping out. And I would say for myself, like there are like, there are a few reasons why I would never cheat. One, I just don't have the desire to. But two, I just don't think that I don't think it's smart. Like I just feel like the gay community is so small that like it's so you're just gonna get caught, because everybody, like, and again I said this all last time, but everybody knows everybody's business. I know people's business from like multiple cities in the US and some cities abroad about some gays that I've never even met, but I know their teeth. And so it's just like, you know, like that shit gets around, and if you're fucking around with other people, like the gay community is just super small, even around the world, and people are gonna find out. So like I guess I just don't think it's smart. I don't think it's a good idea. I think you should communicate with your partner. I think that if you are not interested in being only sleeping with one person, you know, then you guys should have that conversation beforehand, because again, there are plenty of people that are open to that. But yeah, I even like, you know, and it's funny because I think about it, like a lot of people, maybe that's just something that I can add that I didn't have that perspective on last time, is the options that there are in New York, right? And like how, there's a saying here that like relationships don't last because there's just too many options. And I mean, there are a lot of options. I mean, I could just walk outside right now and there's going to be like hella like thick Dominican men with beards just walking around with fat asses and like,
ooh, send them my way.
Girl, come
just
and visit me.
a line of
train.
buses just walking down the...
Look, I was in Harlem last night.
Just flapping in the wind.
Just
doves in the wind.
just foreskin blowing in the wind.
Oh my god. You know what I imagine? Those inflatable, like those
wacky
a
arm
blow-up-ish?
things,
wacky
but
arm
a foreskin.
things, but like foreskin.
Wacky inflatable foreskin arm tube, man.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like I was even in Harlem the other night, and I was just like, we were at this restaurant, and just like nigga after nigga. There was even some trades on like, I don't know what is the plural of trade?
Trade.
Trade.
So yeah, there was some trade, and there was like there was two trade, and they were on a date, but they were putting off for each other. It was so interesting. They were like, they sounded super gay, but they were like, yeah, bruh, like, yeah, my baby mama be tripping. Yeah, my baby mama be tripping too, bruh. And I was just like, I feel like I'm in a Coco Dorm scene, like. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Wait,
that's
Coco
the sort
Dorm?
of like breed it raw. There's like, hey, yeah,
I'm sure that's what happened later that night. I'm sure that's what happened after they left. It was so funny because one of them was like putting on really hard. He was like, "Oh yeah," and then he like was like walking like all masculinely, and then he actually accidentally bumped into Mark, and Mark was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then he was like, "Oh, it's okay." Like it just like the mask slipped, and it just cracked me up.
The fam jumped out.
But the point is, he was fine, and a lot of niggas in New York are fine, and like. You go to different neighborhoods and there's different types of fine. You go to Harlem, there's more black fine. You go to the Heights and there's more Afro-Latino fine. You know what I mean? You go down to the Village and it's kind of a white fine if you can find it. There's some cute white boys in the city. New York there's a lot of beautiful people and there are a lot of options. And
John looked right at me.
And so like, I go out on the weekends and it's just like there are a lot of options and you're constantly aware like there are so many options, there's so many opportunities to fuck people.
Welcome to New York.
It's been waiting for you. Bussy waiting for you.
It's been trading for you.
Oh god. But like for me I've had to like really like be like, well, is that worth it? Like, that's not worth it to me. Like, it, like, great. Like, okay, like, this could be fun and this guy is attractive, but, like, it's just not, like, I have a man who, like, loves and supports me and that I love. You know what I mean? Like,
how rare is that?
Would I want to fuck that up because there's some other options? And then what? I'm just going to be spending the rest of my time, like, just fucking different random people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But what I'm saying is I, like, I love being in a relationship and I love my man. So like I was like, it's just to me, it's just. But some people move to New York and they feel that way about their partners, and then it still doesn't matter because there's so many attractive people in New York City that they still end up fucking around with somebody.
Right.
Me, but with consent and permission.
So for me, it's just been like
it's priorities. It's about priorities.
Exactly. And so for me, like that's definitely something like I'm aware of, and it's something that I like is I guess in that sense like I get it. Like I do get it because there are just a lot of fine people, but also it's just like, is that worth ending your relationship, especially when you could just have that conversation with your partner and talk about if that's something you guys want to do moving forward. To me, it's just like, just communicate. It's like you could just honestly, instead of breaking people's hearts, you could just tell them how you feel about something. And if that's something that's not working for you, you guys can talk about that. I don't know.
Nigga, but people don't do communication.
I know, but I don't get it. It makes things so much easier. It really makes things so much easier.
I know, but you asking people to communicate, because I'm sure 80% of the people listening to that went,
I don't think so. No, thank you. I decline.
No.
I decline.
Talk. No.
Talk to my partner.
No, we will not talk.
We will not have it. We will not have it.
We will not have it.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about it. Jean Renee?
I love how in love you are with Mark. That is so cute.
Yeah, that's really cute.
Thank you.
Don't stop.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Buy Anger is a Gift. It's coming out tomorrow.
Oh my God. Okay, I think my copy is shipping tomorrow and I'm so fucking excited, bitch.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
congrats.
I pre-ordered it like 6 months ago, so I'm like, finally, fuck. Press tours take forever, so I'm happy for it to come out.
Well, I'll talk about it a little bit more later, but yes.
Okay.
Yes, go off. John, Renee.
John, do you want to go first or should I?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Reluctantly.
She does not want to.
Thank you in advance for making me revisit my... I'm just kidding.
You don't have to talk if you don't want to.
No, it's okay. I talked about it last time, and I think I pretty much have the same feelings towards it. And I will speak on both sides of the coin because I've been in both situations.
She's bipartisan.
Oh my God.
And neither
She's
neither
mixed.
are a good feeling. Yeah. Wow. Wow. So yeah, I've been in both situations. I've been the person who's been cheated on and the person who's done the cheating. And I think I'm going to just talk about more of the person who's done the cheating this time around. I think it kind of like, you know how when you're watching those Disney movies about the villain and why the villain became that way? Like, the new Maleficent movie, like, why was she like that? And like, originally everybody hated her. And I think that's sort of how I look towards cheating now and infidelity. I think before, when I heard about someone cheating on someone, I would automatically like console the person who got cheated on. And yeah, as we should. But I'd also automatically like demonize the person who is doing the cheating, which is like not really the thing that I do anymore, considering I sort of know what that's like and what drives someone to that situation. Not that there's anything that can truly justify it, but I don't think it's as black and white as people think it is. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, sure, like if someone came to me and said like, so-and-so cheated on me, I'm not gonna go like, oh, that person's a dick. My automatic response would be now is like, well, what happened? Like there's a lot of different situations that I would say I'm a little more forgiving. If the relationship was going through a lot of hardships, so there's a lot of I think a lot of it is like fatigue, right? People are just tired. They're not getting the right kind of attention. They're not getting the right kind of emotions. They're not getting the right kind of acknowledgments. And these are the things that drive people to sort of kind of wander away, is when they're not feeling emotionally or physically secure with their partner. And I sort of have to like assess that situation before I jump to conclusions about who the bad and good person is. Maybe sometimes neither person is the good guy or the bad guy. They're just people going through a hard time. I think, and if anyone's listening who's on this side of the coin as well, like, I think with, I think I said last episode too, the Lemonade album like really killed me. As much as I love Beyonce, I felt like all of those feelings that she had she was like saying about me and like people who did what we did, like Jay-Z, basically.
That explains a lot with you and Lemonade and why you didn't purchase it.
Stop.
Yes.
Stop.
Wow. It wasn't the misogynoir after all.
It wasn't the misogynoir. Okay.
You guys.
We restand.
And I think I told you guys too, and I maybe have or have not said this, but like being that person on the other side sort of took more of a toll from me than it did from being the person being cheated on, because I don't think I have even now like completely had 100% forgiven myself for what I did. Like I actually had to go through therapy, and like I felt like I didn't even take selfies back then or anything, because I felt like I generally felt ugly. Like what I did, my actions made me feel ugly, and I felt physically ugly, and like I just like had my head low, and I was just going through it. And I think when we talk about the cheaters, we maybe you should take a second, and like see what that person's going through before we decide to make any official judgments. Yeah, that's how I feel about that.
If we're gonna heal, let it be glorious.
Right, and so that's what I was gonna get to eventually. And like, Beyonce ended up forgiving Jay-Z, and I think that's how. I mean, not that I hope to go through that situation again, but if it does happen to me, I won't react so harshly right away.
Good.
Hopefully I won't. That's my calmness right now, saying that I won't, but.
1,000 Johns raised their arms.
Oh gosh, shut up.
And and it was like what Baze you said earlier. Like, I don't know if I would break up with someone and like ruin my whole future, and then go back to like being single again. When infidelity. I mean, there's a difference to me with infidelity and an affair. You know what I mean? Like emotional, and then there's cheating. There's just purely sex. Purely physical things that need to be met, which is like I'm more forgiving towards, but yeah, I don't think I would like ruin a future, especially now. Like now that I'm older, if you're with someone, you're living with someone, like it's not even financially smart to break up with somebody.
That is true, and you know what?
I mean?
I probably would think that for that part of the reason. If Mark cheated on me, I would probably be like, I'm leaving, and then get to the door and be like, wow, bitch, where I'm gonna go?
I can't.
Yeah,
that's not funny, but it is.
I mean, like, just to joke about it too, like when I was cheated on, like I immediately, like, I don't know, was like, get out, and now I'm just like, well, no, because I need you to pay half my rent. Never mind, just kidding.
I mean, that's real.
Yeah,
No, that is real. There's many aspects to a relationship.
There are so many people that I've met that have like been in relationships, moved in together, someone cheated, and then they're stuck with each other for like 9 months on a lease. Oh, that is terrifying to me.
Yeah.
Like, John, would you ever consider being in like a polyamorous or like open thing?
Yeah, and I've like borderline been there, and
Right,
I'm okay with that.
I didn't spill your tea. So.
No, you don't have to spill my tea. Yeah, of course I would. As long as, like we talked about, there's an open communication thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Renee?
Hello, sorry.
He was sucking dick.
I'm eating a Big Mac, but close enough.
Big. I mean,
that sounds delicious.
It's about the same satisfaction for me.
valid.
So, with the cheating, it's kind of interesting because
with the cheating, I like how you said that.
the cheating, it's a spicy meatball. Yeah, I don't know. I have never cheated.
Wow, I'm the
why?
only one here. No. I said wow, not why.
Right? I mean, like I ask myself that all the time,
Girl.
But it's just like, for me, yeah, the physical thing is not an issue. Like that's not an issue. I've been cheated on, and for me, the biggest thing. And there's multiple ways of cheating. For me, I count cheat like whatever, like the physical thing. Really, what I count as cheating is breaking somebody's trust, or like breaking the boundaries intentionally, and maybe like, like going out of your way to do that. Like that to me, makes it really hard for me to trust somebody again. I have been cheated on, and then try to work things out with that person. But I will say, it never worked out because I caught the person versus they came to me.
That makes a huge difference.
Yikes.
Yeah, and I think I may have said this on the show or to y'all before, but literally the night before I found out, I sat him down because I knew something was going on, and I was like, hey, like, if you're cheating or if something's going on, I told you in the beginning, I wouldn't get mad as long as we're open
with each other about it and we're honest and we like work on it. And I like sat him down and I was like, are you cheating right now? If you are honest with me, I will not be upset. And like the way he said no and like the way he averted my gaze, I was just like, fuck. Like I already knew, I just didn't have any evidence. And then I had evidence the next day.
Damn, come through evidence.
And yeah, and it was, I have to say, it was really hard to try to trust him again because I was just like, I gave you the opportunity. I like sat here like I put everything down on the table and was like, this is what I got right now. I'm okay with like, I'm not gonna fucking do anything as long as we like communicate, and he chose not to do so. So, the remainder of the relationship was kind of abysmal. Yeah, I don't think, I mean, I don't know, again, if he had come to me and said, like, this is what happened or whatever, like, you know, I think that would have made it a lot easier. And cheating is kind of a complicated thing, I think, because for me, it was always easy for me not to cheat. And maybe it's just because I'm such an annoyingly pious person, where I'm just like, where I'm constantly thinking of like, would you want this person to do this to you? Like, if not, then don't fucking do it.
Huh.
And so for me, like, when I've been cheated on, I'm like, it comes so easy to me to not to do it that I'm just like, y'all, like, what the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing? So it's just like, I don't know it, but granted, again, if someone's honest with me about it, like, a lot easier to trust. A, and B, I know there are like certain situations where it's like hard for somebody to like, you know, navigate the relationship or even like escape the relationship. Like, I don't want to give too much away, but like something like with my parents, like I knew like from a very young age that my parents were not getting along and that did not belong in the same household together. And one of them was cheating, and like it was kind of upsetting, but I also got it. I was also like, y'all don't like each other anyway.
Yeah.
Like, so I get why this is going on. I very much wish that had been navigated differently. But I know that it's difficult. Like, there are situations where it's difficult to like, you know, it's not like an easy thing to do. They're not like easy decisions, I don't think. So yeah, as complicated as I think it is, I think personally, I think if you have your priorities straight, like, it's really not that difficult to not cheat. So I just don't like, it's always like super weird for me, and I'm coming from a place of like almost every relationship that I've been in, the person has betrayed me in one way or another, and like, and barring that, it's also like situations where I've said to the person, hey, it's okay if you want to do this, like, it's okay. Like, there's been several situations where I've said to the person, like, if you want to be open, that's cool, we can be open, like, I'm totally down for that. And they've been like, no, I just want to be monogamous, or no, I just want to be with you, or etc., or whatever. And so like, when I give you that option, or when I give you that option to be honest, and you still like go and like fuck up or like do something, or like, you know, hop over that boundary when I'm just like, we don't need that boundary anyway. It feels a little bit like you want me to like stay within the lines of the boundary, but like you don't want those limitations for yourself, and that feels manipulative. So like, I saw this thing, it said something like, he didn't lie to you to spare your feelings, he lied to you because he didn't want you to treat him the way he's treating you, or something like that. basically saying like, you know, they want you to stay as loyal to them as possible, while also being able to like have their cake and eat it too.
Right.
So yeah, I and maybe it's because I've had like really bad experiences with it and have grown up with like being around really intense relationships. I personally try to stay away from it. And yeah, it's and I really have not found it difficult to like not cheat or not break any like boundaries that I've set with people. Having said that, I know that, you know, it is very complicated and very complex for folks, and there are situations again that I've seen, like not even just my parents, but like my friends, where I'm just like, okay, like you have to do this for yourself or whatever, which could have been better handled, but like still, like there are situations where like somebody's like financially dependent on somebody but still needs to find love somewhere or like affection somewhere. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yeah, but yeah, basically at the end of the day, for me, it is not about like the physical thing or any of the things. It's about like honesty and betrayal and communication. And like I'm just not. That's the one thing that I'm just like not here for. But yeah.
Can I ask you guys a question, and you don't have to like answer it because I'm right here? But what do you guys think about the phrase "once a cheater, always a cheater"?
I don't think
that's true. And like in terms of like, would you date someone knowing that they've cheated on someone previously?
Yeah, but yeah, of course. I would date someone that's cheated before, but I think that what I've learning from our conversation is none of us are encouraging cheating, but we're encouraging communication.
Right.
And if you can be open and communicate with me, everyone fucks up. I'm not going to punish you for shit that you didn't do to me. Like obviously I can be smart about it and use my judgment and be like, okay, well, this is something that they're capable of doing, but everyone is capable of doing it. Like, I think it's just you have to get to a point where you feel comfortable enough to communicate with that person. So I wouldn't just cut someone off because I found out that they cheated on someone before. I'm sure half the people I've dated have cheated on people. I've probably been cheated on and don't know it. So it's like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but in terms of the phrase, I don't know if that's necessarily true because everyone's circumstances are different. Like, and people cheat for different reasons. So, like, for example, like, you could be in a monogamous relationship, fall out of love, but then, like you're saying, like they live with that person or are dependent on them financially or something. Not saying that it's right that they're doing it, but that could be one situation. And then the next situation, they're with someone where they're like not being emotionally manipulated or something, and then it's fine. Like, I think it really depends on the situation. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I would like to think people can grow, but
right.
I don't know.
I wouldn't believe in once a cheater, always a cheater, but I do kind of follow this thing that has kind of proven me right so far is if you want to see how people are going to treat you, see how they treat the people around them. And I think that's what I follow, but I also do think, and having seen like people like a lot of my friends go through this, I also do think that when like people cheat and are actually like remorseful about it and like grow from it, I feel like they're a lot more careful about like, you know, navigating that in the future. So I don't think once a cheater, always a cheater. So yeah.
Baze?
I just think it depends on the situation and the circumstances and how I find out about it.
The how you find out about it is so real, because if I
hear about it from somebody on the street and it like, turned out you did somebody dirty, like really dirty, I'm definitely would be side-eyeing the fuck out of you.
But do you think that they need to Sorry. Do you think that they need to tell you that? Oh, just go. Just go.
No, go.
Do you think that they need to tell you if they've cheated on their previous partners before, Baze?
I don't think they need to tell me, but if I hear from somebody else, that's definitely going to be like interesting. I'm gonna definitely be feeling a way about it if I do hear about it and it's not from you, and it doesn't sound like you were too good of a person in the situation. Not that I don't know that there is a way to be a good person while cheating, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Like if it sounds like you were doing them dirty, I would definitely be like,
right,
because I've definitely heard.
There.
Yeah, I've definitely heard like situations where people just did people really dirty, and if I were to meet that person or like in a dating capacity, I definitely would be like, oh no, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Or if I were to be in,
I mean, one of the
I was in a relationship with
the
person.
Oh.
What?
Go. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go.
No, go ahead.
Motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Girl, just say your piece. Speak your piece.
I was gonna say no. It feels old now, but I was gonna say like one of the ways I found out was somebody posting a photo of another guy in his bed on Instagram.
Bitch, me too.
Sloppy.
Like not even slick about it at all, and then being like, "Why are you mad? What's going on?" And I'm just like, "You're fucking stupid." Like y'all are fucking stupid.
And that's the thing too, is people are not smart. That's what gets me
You're
about
not smart
cheating.
about it.
You're not
about their
slick.
cheating. Because men are not smart
slick.
about that.
They're not slick about cheating. They're not slick about lying. Like, you're not slick at all.
Drag
You're gonna get
me.
caught. Y'all are fucking stupid. Like, you're gonna get caught. Just
Like,
don't do it.
If you told someone that you can't see them and you're gonna go hang out with someone else, don't fucking post on your Instagram story that you're out, you dumb bitch.
What an
don't
idiot.
do it. Don't
What
lie.
an idiot.
But if you're
Yeah.
going to lie, be better.
Oh, that's the most common one. I hear about that all the time about people
you
like getting caught on their Instagram story. Like, do you know that people that know you watch your stories? Do you know that that's how that works?
Like, it shows you who watches your stories, dumbass. The first 50 it shows you the people who interact with your profile the most. They will see it.
Wait, I know we're running long, but I have a quick question. Or maybe it's not so quick. But if you have the knowledge of someone cheating on someone, what do you do with that knowledge?
Oh, yikes.
If you are the friend.
If they're my really close
if you know your friend is getting cheated on,
Yes.
if they're a close friend, I'll tell them. If it's an acquaintance, no.
I would tell all of y'all if I knew you were getting cheated on.
Same.
Same.
But if I didn't know,
I even go off
if
on
I
my
didn't know-
friends sometimes. I even go off on some of my close friends sometimes when they're cheating. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
I will say this: Renee will absolutely tell you if you're dating an asshole. Like,
I will.
Absolutely.
I really will. I'm like not. I'm. That's maybe it's something that I need to work on, but I'm not shy about that at all.
No, but like I think I will say this: I've come to appreciate that quality about you because you are 100% right.
I need like a Renee app on my phone, so like when I go on a date, I could just be like, "Is this person good?"
Mm-hmm. I think one thing that I'm gonna start doing with y'all that I haven't done is I'm very secretive about who I date, not just because I'm like private when it comes to that stuff. And I think what I'm going to start doing is just sending y'all pictures and then just being sure that they pass the test at the beginning. So then that way we don't run into problems at the end. But I'll say this, if I'm being cheated on, please tell me, because I would never say I'm not going to be your friend because you told me that.
Well, because I know the reason why I asked the question, because there was a situation one time where there was a couple who is in an open relationship, but they know they're in an open relationship and none of their friends did. And when the friend found out, they're like, "Oh, your partner's cheating on you," and like they're more embarrassed that they got caught about being in an open relationship than someone thinking they were getting cheated on. Does that make sense?
Well, if you're embarrassed about being in an open relationship, then why are you in one?
Well,
no,
because,
or
no.
why do you have friends that you're scared of like telling
them?
Right.
That sounds like the couple has the issue, not the like. I think the friend. I would have been like, "Oh, thanks, sis. Thank you for letting me know. We're in an open thing. Don't worry about it."
Right.
That's all that had to be.
Well, there's a lot of people, like especially in the straight world, where monogamy is like the expectation. And
I know, but that's like when like a straight couple or anyone, that's the character growth. I used to be like this. Like when if you were dating someone and you found out they were fucking around with someone, you would be mad at the other person and not your partner. Like that's like kind of like that. It's like you're mad at the wrong.
Well, because, if you're a married or whatever couple and then you want to keep your open status between you and whoever partner, it's not something that you want the whole world to know, because then everyone else will just try to jump in that.
Then
Does
why
that
go on apps? If you're trying to keep it a secret, an app is not the thing for you, sis.
Right.
So you can't. What is it? You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you're trying to be that, if it's that big of a secret, then you can't go on public apps and not expect people to say something. Pick up people a different way then.
Okay.
But that's just me.
Yeah. But anyway, moral of story.
Hey.
It's
Trust.
complicated, but also, communicate and trust, and think about your future communication and trust before fucking it up.
A word.
Good luck, and don't fuck it up.
So from our first writer of the evening, we've got Ricky, and he says, "Hey, trash bags. First off, a special honey roast for my birthday brother Baze. Happy birthday. Thank you."
Oh.
We share a birthday with the unparalleled Naomi Campbell, Jadakiss, and Maggie Q. Good company if you ask me. Now for my question. I'm going to experience my first Pride this summer.
Yes.
I wanted to go last year, but I went on a family cruise the same weekend as Pride here in Houston and missed out. I'm super anxious, but my friends are enthralled to experience it with me. What was your first Pride experience like? What would you suggest for a first timer? Love you all from the bottom of my heart, Ricky.
Thank you.
Prep.
Tips for your first Pride? I feel like I'm unqualified to answer this.
Sorry, I just remembered what last Pride.
Listen, the best advice I can give you is don't do what I would do.
I mean, it depends what you want to get out of it. I think it's really good that you're showing up for the community, that your friends want to be there with you. But also, what are you looking to do? What kind of fun are you looking to have? And you can have a little bit of both. You can be messy and, not go home with your friends at the end of the night. Or you can go home with your friends at the end of the night. I don't know. It's up to you. But I just hope that you remember it and then you do it safely.
Yeah, also, don't leave your drink sitting around.
Oh, yeah,
that's important. Because there's so many people and there's so many opportunities for that. Keep your drinks with you at all times. Don't leave them around. Don't put them somewhere and then come back and get them. I would try to go with people if you can, and not go up by yourself.
Right. Buddy system.
Maybe even make a meeting place at certain times. I don't know, because you have to stay safe. Mm-hmm. But other than that, girl, drink, get drunk, dance, act a fool. Don't get arrested.
Good one.
And if you're black, maybe keep a white person around you just to be safe.
and pace. I would say also pace yourself on your drinking so that you're not you don't lose control of yourself or
throw up in your car and then wake up 6 hours later.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. It's not good. Bass, any tips?
No, I think you guys covered it.
I would also say this is your chance to explore things about yourself that you probably don't know yet, and so I would let yourself explore these things.
Yeah,
but also in a safe way. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And have fun. If it's your first Pride ever, you're most likely going to have an amazing time. And maybe you'll meet some good friends. So
have fun, bitch. Suck a dick. Get a job. Yeah. Do all those at Pride.
All right. So I hope you have a really good Pride. And I hope everyone has a good Pride season. It's here now.
Biz.
So there's going to be Pride.
Wait, Biz, you didn't give any advice.
I don't have it. I told you I don't have any. I thought you guys covered it.
Okay.
So from Gus, he says, "Hi, I love your podcast so much. I wanted to comment on what you guys were talking about in episode 55 regarding the appropriation of Asian culture and Black pop culture. So, I'm mixed, Chinese, Alaskan Native, and white. My mom is Chinese, American, and Alaskan Native, and grew up in Oakland and mostly had ties to the Chinese American communities in the East Bay. I feel like I've had to challenge a lot of the anti-blackness in the Chinese side of my family. Also, I grew up around a lot of Asian kids who appropriated black culture and were simultaneously racist against black people. The Bay Area, with its relentless gentrification, has displaced many black people and caused the black neighborhoods in SF to shrink. Upper middle class Asian Americans have also participated and benefited from gentrification. From my perspective, I think it is more from Asian Americans to confront. It's more for Asian Americans to confront their anti-blackness than it is to critique black celebrities for appropriating Asian culture. For example, SZA and Nicki Minaj. I know plenty of Chinese Americans who would get mad about Chun-Li and SZA, but not own up to their own anti-blackness and appropriation of black culture. Love your podcast and can't wait to hear more. Gus.
That's a good one, Gus.
Ooh.
Why are you looking at me?
Huh? Because we're the ones that talked about it?
Yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because we've gotten a lot of emails about that, and I'm still trying to, like, parse how I feel, but I agree with your email, and, yeah. I don't know if it's my place to agree with your email, but I've seen what you have talked about happen, so, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's that on that. We don't really have much to add. Yeah.
Well, I will say really quick that I do see a lot of anti-blackness in Latinx communities and within non-black folks of color, and it is I think we do, if we're gonna call out like everything, we need to call out everything, and we also need to call out like any kind of appropriation in general if we're gonna call it out. So and I do think sometimes like anti-blackness can fly under the radar in non-black communities because we're like so used to it, or it's like just a thing that happens and that's it. But I don't think that it's confronted as much as it needs to be. And it's very clear to me sometimes when like I'm in huge groups of folk, like groups of people of color who are non-black. So yeah, thank you for the email.
All righty.
All right.
Do you want to do one more, or should we go?
Yes. So I've had hi trash bags. I'm here for the appropriation discussion. I think in these days of microwavable wokeness, we too quickly describe things as appropriation when it isn't. My friend and I had this discussion around Nicki Minaj's Chun-Li music video. I agree with Rakeem. Spelt it twice and both wrong, but thanks for trying.
My name?
Yeah, they
my
spelled
name?
it first Rakeem with the H in between the A and the K, and then tried it again with Rakim, like Rakim.
Well, the first one is kind of correct if you're spelling it phonetically, but it's okay. We stand effort.
Yes.
Yeah.
That we tend to alert. I agree with Rakeem that we tend to alert when it comes from whites. We have yet to wrestle with the nature of it amongst blacks and POC unless the depiction is offensive. For instance, Katy Perry's blackface with the colored French waves were problematic because cause offensive, and with the SZA it becomes more gray. I think we still need to learn more to know when and when not to throw the term out. Also, in regards to Issa's statement, I'm pretty sure she was addressing the complex topic of black women dating and used the rejection both Asian men and black women experience as a way to satirically claim they should hook up. I don't think she was directing it as do this the way Steve Harvey's dumbass was. I think in the context of the book, she was poking holes in those stereotypes and the black women can't get a man trope as a whole. Love y'all. Keep up the good work. Wakanda forever. Bio fight? Hashtag Bayo fight? I don't know.
What that is.
How do you spell it?
Like Beyonce and then OPHYTE.
Oh, he's saying that he's a person who loves Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
Like a bayophile.
See, I would have gotten file.
But it should be a biophile.
Oh, Bayo fight. I got it.
Yeah.
Did you say Bayo?
I said biophile.
No,
Oh, you said Bayo.
No, John said Bayo.
I was repeating what you said, sis.
Roll
the motherfucking tape, bitch.
Anyways, did anyone have any thoughts or opinions on that?
No, that's it.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think that whole
Agreed.
sister conversation was actually great, and I will say I'm glad that y'all sent in a lot of emails about it, because I think we got like 6 or 7 of them. I read some of them. And I'm really happy to continue that conversation if you want. And speaking of that, if you want to continue the conversation, you can find us on Twitter.
Wow, that's segue.
On Trash of Color. You can find us on everywhere else at Podcast of Color. I also wanted to say I went to the Out Web Fest on Friday night. For Reverie at the YouTube space, and a bitch felt like I was too poor, but it was amazing. The red carpet was great. I got to hang out with a lot of our Reverie family. I got to meet a lot more of our Reverie family that I knew but never actually got to hang out with yet. And then they had an open bar, which was everything. And then there was also a listener that was there that I hung out with, so I wanted to say thank you.
Yay,
And thank you, Miguel, for hanging out. And thank you for giving me your meal ticket, because
wow.
bitch, I got a jerk chicken bowl. It was everything. But yeah, so thank y'all for that. And yeah, do y'all have any announcements this week?
Oh, I want to thank a listener who wrote in. I don't know if I'm allowed to say your name, but you are also Asian Pacific Islander, and you are in nursing school, and you wrote to me a really sweet note, and I wish you the best of luck. Nursing school is like the toughest thing I've ever done, besides bottoming for the first time. And yeah, I wish you the best of luck, and I wish I would have wrote a really nice note, but I know what you're going through, and hang in there. Yeah.
Yay. Nope, that's it. That's all I got to say. Do you got anything else?
Yeah, I was just going to say, Mark's book, Anger is a Gift, is out tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you live in New York City, there's an event at the Strand tomorrow at 7, I believe. If you live in LA, there's going to be an event at the Grove on it's Tuesday, next Tuesday.
What time?
I forgot the details on that one. But
But
check it
look
out.
at Mark's
you can always
Instagram.
You can always go on Mark's Instagram. You can always go on markoshiro.com. You can always check out the Grove's website, and they'll have information about all of that. And yeah, and it's one of the best birthday presents I've ever gotten is my man's getting published. So I'm really happy.
Oh my god! That's so cute. Come on, stand your man.
So much is happening tomorrow. My birthday, our episode is coming out, and then Mark's book is coming out. Like, wow, what a day. What an iconic day.
Also, y'all, lastly, Gemini season is coming.
It's
hide
here.
your kids.
Today is officially the day.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
Celebrate and enjoy. Fasten your seatbelts, kids, because it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Yes, they say that on Tinashe's first track on Joyride. So, yay!
Anyway,
This podcast is executively produced by Aaliyah J. Daniels, LaShawn McGee, Damian Pelliccioni, Christopher Rodriguez, John Kagundahan, King Cunningham, Baze White, and Renee Hernandez.